Lindsay chapter pediatrics. Question number 1. HRCT shows crazy behaving pattern, most likely diagnosed as alveolar proteinosis. Question number 2. Child born prematurely at 30 weeks, cranial ultrasound with bilateral multiseparated cystic lesion within the frontal lobe, white matter with associated extravagular of the ventricle, most likely diagnosis, periventricular leukomalacia. What is its other name is white matter necrosis. So, cranial ultrasound shows multiseparated cystic lesion within frontal lobe, white matter with associated extravagular of the ventricle. This shows white matter necrosis, multiseparated cystic lesion in the frontal lobe, white matter necrosis. So diagnosis is periventricular leukomalacia. Just all are wrong. Question number 3. Lucent lesion in the proximal femur metaphysis. Margins of the lesions are well defined and the metaphysis is expanded with adjacent cortical thinning. There is ground glass appearance in the center of the lesion. No parachute reaction. Diagnosis fibrous dysplasia. This is going to be a 15-year-old girl with lucent lesion in the proximal femur metaphysis, and then margins are well defined, metaphysis expanded, and then there is ground glass appearance in the center and no parachute reaction. Diagnosis fibrous dysplasia. 4. 2-year-old neonate. Ultrasound shows bilateral enlarged and diffuse echogenic kidneys with loss of cortical medullary junction. Differentiating multiple small degenerative cysts. Regard this condition which is false. Severe renal compromise in the immediate cause of death in the perineal group, because diagnosis is autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease, and if that patient doesn't have renal compromise and does not die. So 2-day-old infant, and then enlarged diffuse echogenic kidney with loss of cortical medullary junction, differentiating multiple small oriented cysts. So what is false? Patient does not die due to autosomal recessive polycystic disease. Question number 5. 4-1 infant with cardiac failure, liver enlarged, ultrasound shows multiple mixed echogenic masses. CT shows multiple lesions that show progressive centripetal enhancement, diagnosed infantile hemangioendothelioma. Cardiac failure seen in infantile hemangioendothelioma, ultrasound shows multiple cystic echogenic masses in the liver, and then they show flow on color Doppler, so diagnosed infantile hemangioendothelioma. Number 6. Surgical correction of a tetralogy apparatus. Which part of the report of most interest to the referring clinical team? Pulmonary wall function. In tetralogy apparatus, surgical correction, most important for referring team is interested pulmonary wall function, because cause of tetralogy apparatus is pulmonary stenosis. Question number 7. Which would suggest diagnosis of Dandy-Walker malformation as opposed to Dandy-Walker variant, alignment of posterior fossa? A 10-year-old boy with pain in the left leg following a minor fall. A pain film shows a mixed lytic sclerotic lesion. The distal femur metaphysis extending across the physis to involve the epiphysis. Mixed lytic sclerotic lesion seen in osteosarcoma. The lesion appears centered in the medulla and causing cortical destruction. There is parachute reaction in Codman triangle. What is right with tip as a urologist? So to see metastasis, arrange MRI, CT chest, and isotope bone scan, because diagnosis is osteosarcoma. Question number 9. Bilateral duplex kidney, complete ureteral duplication, and ectopic ureter. Which regarding ectopic ureter and ureteral duplication is true? The upper minority ureter is associated with ureterocele, whereas the lower minority ureter is associated with vascular reflux. And ectopic ureter. Next question number 10. So you suspect pancreatic division. What other appropriate findings do you notice on the scan? Longer dorsal duct draining through minor papilla, such large ventral duct draining through major papilla. The dorsal duct is longer and drains to minor papilla, and ventral duct is shorter and drains to major papilla. Question number 11. Barium swallow shows posterior impression on the trachea at this level. What is the cause for this finding? Apparent left pulmonary artery. Posterior nadirine of trachea, apparent left pulmonary artery. Question number 12. A 5-year-old boy, CT shows hyperdense mass on cerebellar vermis. Any facing of the fourth ventricle, homogeneous enhancement is demonstrated on the contrast material, most likely diagnosis. Ventriculoblastoma, mass in cerebellar vermis, appears in the fourth ventricle, ventriculoblastoma. This is homogeneous. Question number 13. Metaphyseal fracture of the distal tibia. Next appropriate radiology step is to arrange CT brain that night, followed by a skeletal survey the following morning, because we suspect non-external injury. Metaphyseal fracture, coronal fracture of the tibia is non-external injury. Next appropriate step, we try to look for other injuries to arrange CT brain that night, followed by a skeletal survey the following morning. which all options make no sense. You have to quickly rule out the other non-external injuries. Question 14. 15-year-old female MRI shows 1.5 cm lesion or anterior ladder to the vagina, hyperintense on T1, hyperintense on T2, most likely diagnosed Gardner ductus. 15. Pilot's vomiting. Which finding on imaging is the most specific for medical volvulus having occurred? Medical volvulus shows corkscrew appearance. Due to a general corkscrew appearance on the upper GI contrast study. Corkscrew appearance is seen in medical volvulus. Question 16. The endotracheal tube is located 6 mm from the carina. The right enterojugular vein central line is sited in the mediastinum, 8 mm inferior to the carina. The umbilical venous catheter passes superiorly from the umbilicus with its tip at the inferior aspect of the right atrium. The umbilical artery line passes inferiorly before passing superiorly with its tip located at T7, T9. The nasogastric tube tip is below the diaphragm. Then, which pierces the apparatus may be incorrectly sited. Which piece of apparatus is incorrectly sited? D. Central line. It is normally superior. Look here, it tells you that. Where is it? Central line. Central line is sited in the mediastinum 8 mm inferior to the carina, but normally it's supposed to be superior to the carina. So this is incorrectly cited. Question 17. Which finding on CT is the greatest suspicion for non-external injury? Interhemispheric subdural hematoma. Question 18. Diagnosed neuroblastoma. Referred for staging and you are asked to advise on general radiological investigation of bony metastasis. Would you advise? MIBD scan. 1, 2, 3. I meta-iodobenzyl guanidine scan for neuroblastoma. Only MIBD scan for neuroblastoma, not MIBD and isotope scan. E. Option C. Only MIBD scan for neuroblastoma. Question 19. Cystic fibrosis, pancreatic insufficiency. What is the imaging finding in his pancreas? Previous factor nutrition and fibrosis. Pancreatic insufficiency and cystic fibrosis. What is the imaging finding in pancreas? Previous fatty infiltration and fibrosis. Question 20. Cardiac MRI. Corner truncal rotational abnormality. Infant has 150 degrees clockwise rotation of the great vessels. What corner truncal rotation abnormality does this infant have? Child inversus. Non-cardiac MRI rotation abnormality where 150 degrees rotation of great vessel, so it is seen in child inversus. Question 21. Which radiological finding would suggest diagnosis of GRE1 malformation as opposed to GRE2? Choroidal displacement of the cerebellar tonsil is seen in GRE1. That is, tonsillar herniation is seen in GRE1. Tonsillar herniation. Question 22. Left groin pain, avulsion of the apophysis of the left axial tuberosity. Which muscle has been injured? Hamstring. Avulsion of the left axial tuberosity avulses hamstring. Sartorius and superior spine. Question 23. Infant with ambiguous genitalia, ulcer pelvis, normal uterus, and ovaries, suggesting human pseudohermaphroditism. At age 17, hydroxyprogesterone was for investigation recommended. Ultrasound of adrenal gland. PHCS, female pseudohermaphroditism, ambiguous genitalia, should we do ultrasound adrenal gland? Question 24. To see for congenital adrenal hyperplasia. 6-day-old neonate with persistent vomiting, upper GI contrast study to obstruction of the second part of the duodenum with white windsock type deformity evidence, most likely diagnosis, duodenal web. Windsock deformity, duodenal web. Windsock is seen in duodenal web. Number 5. Born at 38-week gestation, acute respiratory distress within 36 hours of delivery, reduced lung volume, and widespread granule abdominal opacity. Then reduced transradiancy in the right hemithorax secondary to a mild to moderate pleuropneumonia, most likely diagnosis, beta hemolytic streptococcal pneumonia. This is the most common neonatal pneumonia, correct? Now, how do you find out? Because patient is born and then newborn baby. So, most common cause of pneumonia in newborn baby is beta hemolytic streptococcal pneumonia. Another thing is then patient has reduced volume and widespread granule opacity, so there is respiratory distress. But then there is the reduced transradiancy of the right lung hemithorax secondary to pleural effusion. So this shows reduced transradiancy in the right hemithorax secondary to pleural effusion. This shows infection and there is beta hemolytic streptococcal pneumonia. 26. Which finding in keeping with our diagnosis of schizencephaly? Intracerebral cleft lined by gray matter connecting the lateral ventricle to the subarachnoid space. Schizencephaly shows intracerebral cleft lined by gray matter connecting the lateral ventricle to the subarachnoid space. 27. 6-year-old child with neck pain and tenderness, which finding is most concerning, and at length interval of 6 mm. Child with neck pain. So on lateral is most concerning? At length dense interval of 6 mm. Rest all are normal. Most concerning at length dense interval of 6 mm. Question number 28. Which finding on CT abdomen is most specific for bone marrow disease? Enlarged gastric adrenals that maintain the normal triangular configuration is seen in bone marrow disease. Question 29. A 4-week-old neonate with persistent jaundice, bilirubin is conjugated. Later scans shows decreased parenchymal extraction and clearance of lateral stool from the blood stream, but tears does eventually reach the gut, where the jaundice is likely to be due to neonatal hepatitis. Which is conjugated hyperbilirubinemia, and then on HIDA scan, the tracer does go to the bowel loops, so it is not congenital biliary, so diagnosis will be neonatal hepatitis. In 30, male neonate born at 26 week gestation, mother received corticosteroids prior to delivery and prophylactic steroid administration. Child developed streaky perihyalogranulopathy and spiral difficulties. This aggregates of small streaky linear density along with cystic bubbly lucencies, where they become increasingly prominent over the last 7 days and are experiencing irregular pattern bilateral most likely explanation, bronchopulmonary dysplasia. This hint is that such aggregates of small streaky linear densities with cystic bubbly lucencies, which have been becoming increasingly prominent over the last 7 days, and irregular patterns. This is bronchopulmonary dysplasia, PPD. Rest the patient is premature, also 26 week gestation, and mother received corticosteroid also, and then face dry streaky perianogranulopathy. So most best answer is bronchopulmonary dysplasia. Bubbly opaque lucencies, bronchopulmonary dysplasia.